Morning. I'm reminded of a incident that took place back in school when I was punished. That's another story which I'll cover later, but I was punished in such a manner I don't think I have ever faced that after that particular incident, where for 3 days I couldn't walk because I was made to kneel down on the road, literally the tar road, in the blistering heat of summer. I was told to do a frog walk, like you have to walk like a frog, not getting up, and that takes a toll on your thighs and your calves. And I was told to do a chair against the wall, so you have to sit down like a chair and be like that for what? It looked like endless, but at least 15 to 20 minutes. It's a killer. So 4 days I couldn't walk after that. And that time for me, it was suffering, literally suffered it. So the topic what I'm talking about is suffering. In Buddhism, it's said that suffer what there is to suffer and enjoy what there is to enjoy. When I think back, it's actually very true. See, when suffering comes to you, do you have a choice? Yeah, you can run away from it. You can deny it all you like. But the fact of the matter is it's there. And you, the individual, are going through it. Suffering is like a shadow. Can you ever run away from your shadow? You can't. It's a part and parcel of life. And that's what Shakyamuni Buddha explains. And that's what he conquered. He didn't run away from, the bad things that came to him, the evil that attacked him, the suffering that he endured. He endured, that's the word. Because what he preached was that if you run away from it, if you ignore it, it's going to follow you. And that's why I said it's like a shadow. But the moment you embrace that shadow and say, yes, this is a part of my life, things become easier. So what I understood from that incident where I couldn't walk, I didn't cry and fret. Yes, there was physical pain. Yes, in fact, I went through a kind of mental torture as to why this is being doled out to me for something which I felt and I knew I was not responsible for. But nevertheless, the monkey was put on my shoulder, if I may say so. I carried the monkey. I said, okay, let's experience this also. That was the foundation, that was the threshold for what was to come later on in various forms of suffering. Physical, mental, emotional. I won't say spiritual because all these put together was creating my spiritual growth. And as Shakyamuni says, if you embrace suffering and pain and not run away from it, look at it in the eyes. In fact, just before he attained enlightenment, when he became the Buddha, a person who's called the enlightened one, he at that time looked at suffering in the face and he didn't say anything. He didn't move, he didn't judge, he didn't criticize, he just looked at suffering. Suffering kept hitting him, and finally got tired and dissipated. So what I'm trying to say here is, if you encounter suffering, and you will, whenever you do, don't run from it. Look at it, examine it, understand it. Suffering is a creation of the mind. It is a culmination of various thoughts from various parts of your life coming in together and ramming you. And they ram at such speed that you really don't know how to handle it. And then you start doing things, making decisions which go utterly wrong. That's what suffering does. It really throws you off balance. So the only way that you can handle it again is like disengaging from the suffering. Let it be there. Don't challenge it. Don't criticize it. Don't go hammer and tongs at it. Distance yourself. Let it subside. Accept it. Understand it. Remember, it's your suffering. The problem is we start listening to the sound and the clutter that's around. Someone is saying, this is because this happened, this is because you said this is because that you did something way back then, you must do this, you should not do this, you don't do this, blah, 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 and the whole bloody list goes on. And that's what throws you off the rails. The way to handle it is disengage. Let anyone say whatever. Please remember, the suffering is yours, not somebody else's. The free advice that you get from time to time is not required. But the ability to gracefully take it in, if you feel there is something that really, drives home the point that you need to change within you, fine. Otherwise, let it pass. Let it pass like the clouds. Clouds are never permanently lodged in the sky. Above the layer of clouds is the open sky, the tranquility, the freedom that we all aspire for. So disengage, look at it, see what is it that you need to improve, because everything is about improvement. Suffering is a part and parcel of creation for a human being in particular, so that you aspire to become better. Just picture this. If everything was hunky-dory, if everything was very nice, everyone is very happy all around in the world, where is the need for improvement? In fact, you'll get bored of being happy because there's no challenge. And human beings improve through challenges. Suffering is one of those. Unfortunately, they make a big hue and cry about it. We are not geared up for it. We are not equipped to handle it. It's not taught in schools. It's not taught in colleges. Parents, poor things, they are themselves handling their own cases and issues, if I may say so. They're all human beings. So there's no nameplate to anyone, to any relationship. They're all human beings going through whatever their share of suffering is. Karmic, current, and whatever is to follow. But what we need to remember is now and today. What's happening? If you feel you are suffering, then you have to pause and look at it. Embrace it. Be patient with yourself. Be good to yourself. You have the capacity as a human being to circumnavigate, to overcome these sufferings. Sometimes they disappear very quickly, sometimes they take time. It's okay. The main thing is to understand it, accept it, and move on. There are hundreds of things that are waiting for you as opportunities to work on. And who knows, in the process, you will find your answers, as I have found mine in many, many things. And like I said, I speak from experience. And I'm still learning. I'm still growing. And this is a never-ending process in this lifetime and the next. So give it a thought. Next time you encounter Mr. Suffering or Miss Suffering, choose the title you want. How are you going to engage with it? Have a lovely day.